Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kenshi. My name is Tobal, and we are here just outside of a ancient empire library where we were able to recover a couple of good items. We sent Beep around and some of the other folks in the squad. We also have a bunch of eggs. If you didn't catch that last episode, we were able to snag quite a few beak eggs, so that's going to be a pretty penny. This will be a very lucrative trip, although it did almost come with, everyone getting killed. We were able to find a couple of really decent katanas of the Katoon number 3 and also the Mark 1 model. So some decent blades. We also picked up a power core, and Jade was also able to find a few tools and related items for Beep to use in his adventures of stealing. So I'm going to trade these out. I still see some beak things outside. Let me micro this a bit because we're a little bit out of some space. We don't really need the gears here. So Beep is going to get a hacksaw and a couple of items there, and I think we also need to trade out this ring saber. I forgot, at some point Beep must have picked this up. I think it was here, actually. He picked up the ring saber from here. So another weapon that's going to do some decent damage. I think I'll trade that off with maybe... no, we'll just give it to somebody to hold for the moment. So why don't you hold on to that hand if you would not be... if you would not mind. And otherwise, we're all huddled up, hiding, cowering, if you will, inside of this tiny little hut while everyone is basically getting healed. Eventually, we'll try to make a run for it, but at the moment, I think we're okay. We were able to dodge all of the beak things and hide inside that little tiny house. We'll get everyone healed up to a good point. Now, everyone is sitting on the western edge down here. And I did mention I want to try to go along the western coastline. What we could do is try to hit up this western coast. Now, I got to be a little careful because if I remember correctly, the western coast also has a bunch of beak things, because this is all that same type of area that the hivers inhabit. So I want to go over here. I know there's something on this island. I do want it to then go north, but we just have to be really cautious about what we're pulling. Everyone needs to be of full health, or we have to completely abandon this area and go somewhere else. Now, we could come down south, down into this other area, which is Crater. I don't know what this is called over here. This may not have beak things. Now, right now, the biggest threat to our group is beak things, because we're not fast enough to outrun them at the moment with some of our injuries. So perhaps we should be going south instead. I'm going to go ahead and pull the bronze squad and put them off passive so that they can respond to any threats, because the dogs are a little bit busy. So anyone who's not doing anything, we'll have them also help out. In fact, we'll even use the big uns to assist as well. Cool, we still have lots of food left, of course. I wanted to come back over here to see how the base is holding up. We do have our gate wide open. I think we can actually close it at this point. And the base is private. I don't know if that really matters at this point. I don't think anyone can open your gate anyways if it's locked down and closed. We probably want to put down a corpse burner. Did we do that at some point? I thought we dropped one, but maybe we didn't. I don't see it. Let's go ahead and drop a corpse furnace here, because we want to be able to take care of anyone, any visitors here that come to visit us and we happen to slaughter. So I'll put that right next to our big building. Oh, did that get completed by this episode? I don't remember if it was in the last episode or not. I don't think it was. So we do have our huge station house complete. Let's take a look at the room inside. Look at all this room for activities, guys. I like this type of building a lot because you can put up most of your crafting benches along the edges and use the central area for storage, and it makes everything pretty easy to get through, get to, and everybody paths around it pretty well. We also have a ton of space up top. I mean, really, we could do almost everything we need in a storage station house. And down the road, what's the size on this thing? I might... Now, I don't think I'll be able to fit it in here. I was thinking about maybe sticking another station house between this one and... Well, maybe. We could do that, but it would just make everything a little bit too tight. If I do anything else, I might put another one up here against the wall facing the other way. But either way, I think it's going to be just fine. We do have our production on this building here inside of our L house. Can I not see inside? Probably because I guess I'm in the wrong building. Let's go over to this L house and take a look at what's inside of it. So we have a ton of crafting in here. I think I said I wanted to put some of the crafting items into the new station house. So let's go ahead and look through the list. I want to do clothing, pretty much as we can into this new station house. I also like how close you can build to the walls. It really does tuck everything in here. So we'll do clothing. I'll also put a loom next to that, right inside the door here. The hemp loom. This is going to be what's processing all of the hemp for us. Eventually we'll get one of these that are automated, which is going to help out even more. We'll put the leather tanning bench back in the corner. And then the leather armor bench. And again, we'll put storage along the central areas or wherever it makes sense. I don't have to tuck everything really close together. In fact, you generally don't want to do that just because sometimes the characters get a little buggy when it comes to finding their paths. So they have a little bit of trouble. We'll also dump the medical bench in here. Even though we haven't used it yet, we will eventually once I get the research for the better quality med kits. I don't really like using the small ones, but I mean, they do work just as well. But I feel like it'd be nice to invest in the larger ones. So let's see, clothing. We'll leave the arrow making, crossbow, weaponsmith, all in the smaller building. So we need storage for all of this. Let's drop down some. Oh, you know what? We could also do. An electrical workbench in here. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll keep it. We'll move the electrical bench back into this building. It's over in the Y-shaped building right now, but copper is a little bit closer here. So we'll put the electric workbench in there because for the most part we're going to be using that for some of our advanced items. We'll put down a meta crate here in the center. We also need to make room for some of the rum production at some point. Well, we said rum. I think I got the wrong thing. If you remember right, I meant to do grog, but I got distracted by a shiny thing and found rum. So we're probably not going to do rum because I don't think it produces as much as grog does, or its value. It's not as valuable as grog is. Okay, so we've got leather over here. I think I'll put in 2 leather bins. I'll put that a little bit behind everything. And we should only really need 1 skin barrel because they'll basically take them, process them immediately, and drop them into the correct barrel there. Good amount of space. Perfect. What else are we going to do here? We've got iron, hemp. We do want some hemp storage in case they don't happen to use all of it at the moment. I'll put that right across from the hemp processing. We'll also drop down an armor storage area, probably against the far wall back here. This might be where all of the big storages go. I also do want to put in another general storage box, and just to make things look a little bit nicer, or not nicer per se, it makes it look a little bit busy. You know, it makes it look like an actual building that we're using. Now, we may not use all of these at any given time, but I kind of like the cluttered look and that cluttered effect it gives you by having all of these in this area. Kind of like a little loot pile here. Cool. We'll drop that down. I think, is that pretty much all we need here? Fabric, that's processing. Oh, hemp actually is raw. So hemp will be an outside storage. We already have hemp storage here. We need a fabric chest here is what we need to store the fabric after it's been processed from hemp. Good enough. Good enough. Should be fine. I do keep forgetting to talk about that mod or add that mod in that gives you the double storage area. And I want to do that at some point so I don't have to double up on a lot of these storage areas, these storage containers. That should be fine for now. Let's confirm this order. Everyone's going to eventually move everything or build fresh buildings here, items here, workbenches. And we'll get back to tearing things down in this item or this building later on. I also wanted to add in a couple of lights because it is looking pretty rough inside most of these areas. So we'll do a couple of, I don't know how wide the light is here. Ceiling lamp? Yeah, that sounds like fun. -2 to power. We won't go too crazy with it. But I do want to light some of these buildings up a bit. It is a bit depressing right now to be a person who works in our base. There's like a sweet spot right here. Okay, got it. I'll do one over the food area and one down to the other side, and then we'll do a couple in this new station house. Sounds good. Again, nothing too crazy. I just want to have it, you know, be a little bit nicer, and I don't mind eating the cost for this because to me it makes things look a little bit more realistic as well. Electrical torch post. This is a basic torch post. Do you need anything to do this, or can we just have torch posts out here? Let's just for fun put a couple torch posts to see what they look like, and I'll do an electrical torch post out by the farms just to keep a little bit of light on the farming area. Maybe it'll help me realize what the boundaries of the farm is as well. All right, that's good enough for the moment. Let's go ahead and confirm that order as well, and we'll let everyone get back to it. So, the main base is going to have quite a bit to do coming up. The rest of the company here, what are you guys up to? Says you're not doing much these days. Why aren't you doing much? Do we have some people with orders that are gone? Hobbs isn't doing much. Who else is not doing something? I mean, we did free up a lot of people because our buildings only need one person to run them right now. So our iron refinery is running at, whoa. Oh, we're out of power, of course, as per always. Did we research the light wind? I think we did. At some point, we've researched the light wind technology. That was going to be a thought. Do we want to go down to the light wind generators, which run at a less strong wind? Does that make sense? A less powerful wind. We do need to process electrical components. That's going to kind of stink. 4 per each one of those, as opposed to just iron plates and copper. I don't think we even have enough to do anything with those right now. No one's been doing the electrical job. So let's give someone that job for a bit, because we need to start processing the copper. So says, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to make you work for a bit. We need a bit of electrical storage. I will move that back over at some point, but we need to get on it right now so we can have some electricals ready to go. Meaning I'll move this into, I think I said I'll move it into this L-shaped building once everything gets removed and cleaned up. So, Hobbs, do we have a martial arts thing up here on top? I haven't really gone back to our training devices. We do. Who did we make martial arts? We did make Hobbs. He's got the bindings and the gi and everything. We're going to have you work on martial arts for, like, the foreseeable future. Maybe we'll just forget about you, and we'll come back and you'll just be, like, a level 70 martial artist. So, we'll leave him on there for a bit, because I did want to see how martial arts looks in this game. I want to show you guys. It's pretty fun, especially when you spend time getting everyone skilled up in it. Sharon, since you're one of our farm hands, I'm going to actually move you to the back of the squad, just so I can kind of keep you in my eyes. I like to keep people who are unique to the end of a squad, like, say, Stork, for example, Kai, and try to keep the rough laborers all together. Everyone else is doing something. Thendu, of course, is one of our engineers and farmers. Klob is the medic. What aren't you doing? What do we need you to do? When you're not doing that... Detrex is down for a nap right now. Of course, normally the chef also helps with the farm. Do we have 3 farmers at this point? We don't. For some reason, Stork... Oh, Stork came out to help, I think, in a fight. And he doesn't have anything to do on the weaponsmithy. Did you finish? Did we actually have you finish something? You finished a new katana. So you can reliably make katana Mark 1s now. I believe because this is considered a light weapon, because it's a smaller one. Right, so it actually says that in the description over here, if you look at it. It relies on skill and dexterity rather than brute strength. So that's a hint that this is going to build up our dexterity skill. I don't mind the quality. It's .81 cut. There's no blunt, so it's straight up cut damage only. It's a negative against robots, but it does give you a bonus against humans. What do we have right now? We're using those Naginata katanas. That's a .62 and a .1 blunt. Of course, it does get a bonus to animals. How about we go ahead and make ourselves a good set of Katoon Mark 1 swords. That way, when our main squad rolls through again, everyone can pick one of those up. If we want to work on katanas only, I'll take out the Naginata katanas, have them all drop them off at the storage area here, the weapons cabinet, And our main squad will only work with katanas for a bit. Maybe we'll go human hunting. We could just go around patrolling and help clearing up the area, helping out our Shek brethren and sisters in clearing out the Shek territory. Because, hey, all they want is a little food. And honestly, that's not much, right? I mean, they're letting us set up camp here in their full town. I mean, I don't mind that. I don't mind helping out a bit. So let's go ahead and give that order. It's going to use quite a few plates, but that's okay. It's going to take the time to get there. By the way, also, someone mentioned to have me look again at the mod for the advanced training dummies. There are 3 separate types of advanced training dummies. There are the... Let's take a look and see if I can find it under the build menu. There are the... Where'd it go? Interior, then? Yeah, the advanced... I think it's going to be attack. I don't remember what the category is. There's basically there's these which are already unlocked. So dodge, martial arts, turret. Maybe this is called the attack or the weapons training, because these are all the types of weapons and related training. So there's the weapons category. There's the skills category, which is actually things like smithing. You can actually have people grind up smithing, and then there's also the stat boosters, like strength and dex. And so some of these, each of those 3 categories completes when you have 3 different conditions. One of them we've already reached by unlocking all of the dummies already. The other one will be, I think the stat one will be completed when we hit tech level 5. And finally, the grinding one, I think it's this one here, is unlocked when you get to a certain level of weaponsmith. It might be level 4, or maybe you unlock the advanced blade. I don't quite remember, but basically there are 3 categories of training weapons, or these advanced training mods, and we will have to unlock all of them if we want to make use of them. Our dogs are still super good looking here. Look at that. What a good couple of pups. I think this was probably one of the better ideas that I've seen that we implemented from one of the comments in the YouTube channel. And I really enjoy having this dog squad because they are, you know, if everyone is doing Diana level damage, that's way more than our humans are ever going to do. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let's check back on our main squad, who should be resting and recovering in the tiny little shack. You still have some... Okay, Jackson is already asleep. Let's have Kif lay down for a bit. Tassilo looks pretty good. I think he'll be able to heal up on his own. Hand is rough. We want Hand to lay down because we need those leg injuries healed up before we really move out of here. Crumble John, you're, for the most part, just recovering on your leg. I think that's funny. Oh, I didn't mean to put... let's see. Can you pick Diane up, please? And we'll do Tassilo on the mat. Wing is completely healed up again. And Shrike is looking real rough as well. Beyond that, I think Griffin has been patched up, but he'll need to get his leg taken care of. I'll tell you what, let's trade out with Jackson, Griffin. We want those leg injuries resolved first. That way everyone has their maximum run speed. And we can hopefully get out of this zone. Because we still have to get out of here, guys. We're in the middle of Big Thing 101, or Big Thing headquarters here. Maybe we should head southeast. And in fact, I'll tell you what, while everyone else is hanging out, let's get Beep on the road again. Because we've got a lot of stuff going on back at base. That's going to need a little bit of time. Let's have Beep go to the southeast and see what kind of territory is out this way. We did pick up, for the most part... Let me do one final check. I got most of the items I wanted. I've got a lot of tools. The hacksaw was found in one of these buildings as well. And any of the good weapons I grabbed too. So I think we had an okay haul. That wasn't terrible. Again, those ancient science books really stack up over time. They're a little hard to get up front. So it's good that we're getting them now wherever we can. There's no real big... I mean, there's a couple of big areas, like big ruins you can go to. But they're a little harder to come by. Beep is so stealthy and so fast that I'm really not even afraid to let him run on speed 3, which you normally don't want to do. See, spider planes I can deal with. I'm okay with spider planes. I'm alright with these spiderlings because they're relatively slow compared to the beak things. We can make our entire squad run circles around these guys, so that's not a problem. And they're not super tough. They hit hard. But they're kind of like those red spiders in the swamp. They're glass cannons, basically. So maybe this is the better option for us, is to run somewhere where the big things aren't, get out of their zone, and continue our journey of exploration. Or we can send Beep to do it all. I don't want to ruin all the fun. What? Okay, let's do this instead. Let's send Beep up north where I wanted to go, while the rest of the squad eventually moves south. Because Beep is obviously the sneakiest one of everyone, so he should have less problems with those beak things than everyone else will. How are you all doing on range? I think I took everybody off the ranged attack because when the beak things walked by, all of our archers were like shooting out the doorway. Awesome, you guys are getting really, really strong. Last stand, who discovered that? What is last stand? Hey Beep, you found it. Go take a look. Is this, this might be... I think there's some story lore between the Shek and the rest of the world, and I think the Shek are basically waiting for some kind of invasion of their territory. So they've got like this this group that's waiting for the final battle or something like that. Was that part of the lore? Do you guys remember? I think this is that base. This is where all the Shek warriors are. They don't have much here, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong. I haven't spent a lot of time in Shek territory. Oh, this is a big little spot. Big little spot. Yeah, sure. It is Shek, and it's 100 Guardian. Are we okay with them, or no? Yeah, we seem to be. We're okay. They've got, ooh, look at that symmetry. Almost. God, that drives me nuts. They've got an armory, or an armor shop. There's actually two. There's just one of those, right? Yeah, one armor shop, and that's it. The rest of these are faction buildings. By the way, someone made a comment about the eye colors. I don't think that red means you're spotted. I think that because it doesn't trigger certain things. If Beep gets completely spotted, he actually stands up out of sneak, I thought. Let's take a look. Maybe he is spotted like this. No, I guess that would make sense because he's in the way. It's weird to me, though, because sometimes you can have that red and not get triggered on certain events. Like if you've got criminal tag or something like that, it doesn't always take effect. That would make sense, I guess, that red is dead, so to speak. And you are spotted when that happens. What's in this bar? What do you all have? Hello, I'm Beep. Hello. Beep, Beep. Please sell me things. A fortress. Why is it here? Oh, that's right, the Bugmaster. That's who is down this way. The Bugmaster is, well, a master of buglings. And, yeah, not super fun to play with. They come to die as Kral did, to find death in battle against the Bugmaster. That's right. It's kind of like Viking culture. You really don't have a lot of people that died of natural causes. They would prefer... I think in Nordic culture, you had to fight a battle and die if you wanted to, you know, reign in Valhalla with all the other warriors. Maybe not. I could be a little off on that one. Kral, are there people? This is like pulling teeth. History of the forest. Kral died in a battle versus 100 swordsmen. Kral is kind of, that must be like their ancient hero. Well, cool. That's a good bit of history to know. Not a whole lot of food here. Yeah, rum is selling for 500 cats, by the way, where grog was selling for a flat 1,100 or so. These are Shek Warrior Last Stand Bar 1. Apparently that's his name. Are these, like, unique people? Sit with me, Bugman. Sit with me, Bugman. That's pretty funny. So they're going to have some kind of background story where they go fight the Bugman. Anybody else in here recruitable by chance? Shek Warrior, what are you up to? A lot of background information. I don't do a lot of the background RP in a Let's Play because I don't like to read everything out loud. I think you guys can read that too, but it's, you know, if you're really interested in that kind of lore, I would do a playthrough where you're just taking it really slow and you treat it as an RPG. Like, have one or two characters that go around and really get the feel for the RP of the world, because they did spend a lot of time building up some of the background story. There's not a whole lot of active stuff going on because of that, but it's cool to just have that knowledge of what's going on in the world. Why are the Shek fighting? Why is the Holy Nation a bunch of jerks? Things like that. There's a falling sun. I love the falling sun. Who has this blueprint. Who has the Falling Sun blueprint? It's also a massive blade, so it uses a lot of strength as well. And you need a lot of strength, I think, to properly wield it. Maybe you might even get a negative to your skills when you're carrying it when you're weak. All right, we'll give him the order to go into the High Village again. We visited Last Stand. Thank you so much for being hospitable and whatnot. How's our main squad here doing? Our A-listers, our wonderful professional murderers. Tassilo's all healed up. Shrike is okay. Doc, you're actually a little bit wounded on your leg. That's right, you ran away from a big thing and didn't quite make it. Does anyone else have leg injuries? I think everyone who has a leg injury... Nope, not yet. Let's have Kif get up and Hand go ahead and take a nap. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Probably not this episode, but next episode is where we'll have our main squad get back out and about. Back at base. Did we want to process... I mean, I don't think we don't really need stone or minerals or building materials that much to build a second one. I'm actually going to completely dismantle this over here. We have plenty, and we don't really have a need for them at the moment. Let's go ahead and unlock this watchtower. Well, I say that, of course, and it takes 60, but that'll, you know, we'll process that up really quick, and then boom, our engineer can already make it. Why did the gate open? Did I not close the gate, or did they go out? Now somebody has the order to go hunt, like harvest meat, so maybe they went outside to go harvest it. We'll try to see if we can catch it in action. Oh, somebody broke through it. That's why. It's actually at door condition of 0, so somebody came through here to fight us. Yeah, eventually we're going to have permanent guards here. I don't really want to do that yet because we still don't have the numbers. But either we'll go on a turret recruiting drive, which would be easier than training someone from 0 to 40. Because I think when you hire someone who's a turret guard, they come at 40. Who was that? Was it Stone? That was originally our cross turret bow? Yeah, the turret master. Who's now our farmer. Do we want to take Stone off farming? I mean, one guard won't be enough to stop most squads that come through. So perhaps we eventually get a turret squad and put Stone in charge of it. That could be fun. And a solid way to keep defending the base. Put the dogs right at the entrance to the base. What's Hobbs up to? It's already at 23. What are you getting? Like it looks like it's a steady climb. That's a pretty fast rate, to be honest. If I just keep this thing on the maximum speed, he's going to be getting his martial arts up really, really quick. Well, of course, we'll have to back that up with strength and toughness, of course, down the road. What somebody else mentioned, by the way, was that if we wanted to try to go back to the shopkeeper over in the hub, we could use the distraction technique where basically somebody comes in with us. Beep either is in first or last. Somebody else gets the attention of the shopkeeper and keeps them occupied while Beep is the one who takes care of doing the stealing. Uh-oh. Why are we so slow all of a sudden? Do you go faster when you're stealth? Like, no joke? Wait, there's no way. Does he seriously get a speed boost when he's stealth, or do they just get up to speed? Alright, well, they're actually outrunning him, so I'm going to trigger a couple of their attacks and run across the river here. Yoink. And yoink. We really need to think about those scout legs at some point. I've gotten a little feedback. Not everyone's super happy about the idea of chopping Beep's legs off, but look, guys. Here's my sales pitch to you. Would you not rather want Beep to outrun the terrifying beak things that are trying to, Beep thing his face? Would you not want Beep to be safe? Don't you want the best for Beep? Sure, it's a couple minutes of absolute horrible agony standing in acid, but, Beep's maybe had worse. I don't really know. He probably hasn't, but that's how he gets stronger. All right, he made it out of that little spot, and I wonder if he can talk to anyone. I don't think they like him. Did they get upset? Oh, angry, angry, angry. Okay, sounds good. We won't piss off the hivers for a bit. They have lots of goodies, good things to trade us. We'll continue, I think, from Beep's perspective for a bit while the rest of the main squad gets healed up. Maybe we'll venture down into the Bugmaster territory to see what kind of buildings are around. and what kind of goodies we can find in the ruins. Beep is so fast. He's so fast. Is he actually quicker? Let me check that. I think I meant to do that. No, he's not. Why did he blow past the beak things earlier, but seems like a little bit slower when they... maybe they had to get up to speed. Maybe they're like a semi-truck. You know, they got to build up that inertia movement first. And he really did fly past them, and then they started chasing him, and they... and it looked like he was really slowing down. Let's give an order over... We want to go to this island, basically, is my goal. I'm going to put him over here for a second. Someone mentioned something I forgot about in one of the comments. It was to look at... They saw something crawl up this way. I don't think there's a path up this wall. No, I don't. There's really no way to click anywhere up here. I think someone had a really good eye, and they caught a Garu going up this hill and disappearing out of sight, but it was kind of like a trick of the mind. Now, the dangerous part is when Beep is not on land anymore. Ooh, that is a big nest over there, but over here seems a little bit safer. This is the acid water, I think. Or does Beep not care? Does he seriously not care about that? Huh. I thought there was a stretch somewhere. Maybe it's this shiny part that caused damage. But we're going to have Beep head over to this little area here. I don't remember which islands have unique things on them. I thought it was this one we're going to. I could be incorrect. Oh. Beep things are really bad in the water. Oh, God. I don't want them to chase him out here because I think they're so tall that they can reach the bottom and just kind of run along and eat you while you're trying to swim. I would really like to not lose Beep in the water at some point. I think he's going to get his swimming up a little bit faster. He seems okay. We're in a better spot here. All right, we'll let him swim across. Let's take a look at our squad and see if anyone's fully recovered yet. Enough to just get on the road again. We might even be able to stop at that outpost with all of those... Sheck. How are you doing, Doc? What's your speed? You're at 24 miles an hour. That's pretty fast. Can we get the whole squad moving here? Let's take a look around us real quick. I don't see any Beep things right off the bat. Someone has Diana in their hands, which is good. Oh, yeah, we definitely want to get our camp beds back because it's a very unique item. It's like the sleeping bag is kind of a unique item, so we want to grab that. Do you guys think we should eventually have everyone get their own sleeping bag with a backpack? Like have an actual like a thieves backpack or a small backpack just to carry some extra stuff? Do you think that'd be useful? I don't think it really damages our combat ability enough for us to be concerned about it. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on our main squad here because we're a little slow, I think. Who's the slowest of us? Let's have that run speed go higher. Someone's over encumbered. Oh, right in front of me. I didn't even see it coming. It's Laura carrying Diana is the one who's a little bit slow. Let's bring Diana down because she should be able to run just as fast now on her own. Let's get our archers together and... Oh, they're actually chasing her, I think. Her being Laura. Get our main squad on this. We'll do a couple of our guys. Hopefully we don't lose anyone right off the bat because I don't want to restart getting all the healing process. Everyone else is passive. Let's take them off passive in case we have to defend ourselves. And we'll come back and take care of this the beak thing. I have trouble saying, like, beep thing. Hey, maybe we can turn beak into a beep thing down the road. It's actually not a bad idea. Just have them, like, get closer to someone, start the attack animation, and then just run away while everyone else is pelting them with arrows. It's working. I'm a little surprised. I mean, we only have one right now, so not a big deal, but I'm amused at how much that works. It'd be cool if there's abilities in the game, like occasionally you had a chance to, like, cut someone's tendon, you know, their Achilles heel or something like that. And by the way, guys, while we're sitting here just peppering this thing full of arrows, I did recently do a little bit of changes in the audio side of the house, as I mentioned last episode. But now I'm actually doing a bit more post-processing. So let me know what you think. I also got a new sound card yesterday, so I think the game sounds could probably use a bit of a boost here, because it's not really all that loud if I recall right. So we'll try to boost that up. I'm gonna actually boop the desktop sounds up. We have a main squad coming at us here. We've got 1, 2, 3. How close are we to this area we wanted to go to? We still have to go all the way over there. Let's go ahead and try to run back in here for a second before we get overwhelmed completely. We should do a little bit of scouting. Who's running the slowest? We're all pretty quick. We're all running at about 20 miles per hour. The problem is that big things run at a much higher rate. Let's take the archers off the range for a second. Oh, they don't even see Diana, luckily, I think. Or they can't get on this side railing here. Let's check back on Beep real quick, because he was swimming for a bit. We'll give him an order to go on to this area here. And we'll go back, because swimming takes a very long time. Now, we could have everyone sneak. Maybe that's the best option for a bit, is to have our squad get a little stealth going. I've got a couple of squads I see out and about. We need to move to the coast and then over. I think this is going to be the most useful view, all zoomed out, trying to find anyone that comes in on the peripheral. These damn trees are so hard to see through, though. A couple up this way. By a couple, I mean quite a few, it looks like, actually. Ah, shit. Check the Czech challengers. We have a bunch of Czechoslovakian challengers here. So, Czech challengers. Holy crap, that's a ton of them. Oh, they're Bag of Bones. Okay. They're like they were last time. So, they're going to have a little bit of a vocal animation here. Oh, damn it. I should have paid more attention to that. You defeated us before. Not really. We actually made use of the guards. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear down a wall. We're not going to be able to fight these guys. We're going to tear down a wall here. We'll say that we built like a facade. We have one piece of wall that was made of paper mache, just in case this happened. Give everyone a hold order. And give everyone the run order to go on down to Squin. The Band of Bones will have to spend a little time being grumpy about life. They'll run around. I don't really know what they take, to be honest with you. I've not seen... Oh, crap. They are coming quick. That was a lot faster than I expected. Everyone needs to run at their fastest. I'm a little worried about Kenmore and Hightower. That was a lot faster than I expected. I still just don't think they take much. Oh, God, they're trying to chase our whole damn squad. Rin, you're so screwed. Who's our fastest? Wyatt, you're at the start of the pack. Is that because you're actually the fastest? Who has strength? Didn't Sez have a decent amount of strength? No, he's just got a lot of attack and defense. Rin, of course, you were originally with our squad, but you're unfortunately a little bit too slow. Why don't we get Sez to come pick Rin up? Maybe that won't trigger his max weight. I think they're chasing Kenmore and Hightower. We might lose a couple here, guys. Be real fast about it, buddy. Good, good. You are super, super quick, Sez. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Well done, sir. Again, still trying to make the trip. We're going to have a problem with these animals, though. I do not want to stop and fight. Yeah, I'll take any of your crap. I don't mind you calling us names. Whatever. You can sit there and run around the base and not take anything. I've just never seen a raid that actually does anything. They don't destroy anything in your base. They don't take any of your food, as far as I can tell. Where's our actual food bucket? It's normally in here. There's still tons of food, unless they're trying to take our rotten food, which it doesn't seem like they do. They don't take books out of your research bin. So I don't really know what... I mean, I get the idea of a raid from an RP standpoint, but mechanically, they're really easy to avoid. And I do feel a little bad about it, but we don't have the capacity to fight Bag of Bones here at the moment. So we'll let them run around like ants at a disturbed colony. And we'll head back over to our main squad because we are just sitting... I see the raid already ended because they've been running around. Maybe they'll take something and I'll really be upset about it down the road, but at the moment, it does not seem to be the case. This is going to be tight. Our squad is not set for stealth at all, but we have to get out of this zone. Now, we could swim across. The problem with swimming, though, is you're very vulnerable to any big things that run into the water. That's a gorilla. We can take on one gorilla. Let's try to go around the edge here. I don't really want to fight it because I don't want to get distracted. Too late. He saw us, so not a problem. Look how far away he saw us, too. I'm sorry. The red is definitely a, yes, you've been spotted kind of a thing. Okay, Beep has made it to the new island here. Is there anything that's aggressive here, or can we leave him be? I think we can leave him be for just a few moments. Everyone else is standing around being sneaky. We don't want him to blast the archers here, which he's doing. Close range. Mass volley. Yeah, not too many other troubles, I hope. We should be able to get him down, no problem, without losing anyone. Let's have somebody harvest him up. Don't be mollycoddling me. I've never heard of that phrase. Who is that? Was that Crumble John here? Being grumpy? Being grumpy about getting medicked, I guess? So someone's fighting over on that area. I don't see anyone just inside of these trees. We're not exactly in the best spot ever, but if we can get to the edge of this zone... Okay, we're here. I think we're okay. I believe we should be able to swim across. Who's that over there? Shek Scout, not a problem. We can be friendly with that. We'll have them run across the water. Hopefully... Oh, son of a bitch, it's burning water. Haha, this is how we can have Beep lose his legs. How bad is this? We are almost at halfway, and they've only taken a couple points of damage. This is fine. We'll just have a little bit of melted skin, and everyone will be stronger for it. Meanwhile, Beep, you've discovered what looks like this to be the same things that are in the grid area. So this is nice. There's nothing else hanging out. It's shopping time. Let's go, Beep. What you got, buddy? Holy crap. A skeleton masterwork left leg. Before anyone shoots me, we're going to look at Rin. It is a left leg. We can finally upgrade Rin. I promise I won't sell it. I promise. Because I know she needs a better leg to get moving around. This does increase your athletics, though, so this could be something that we put on Beep. I think that there's scout legs. The scout legs are the ones that give you the most bonus to your athletics. But this will be a really good upgrade for Rin. Did I take it or did I leave it in the box? I left it in the box. Okay. I should have just kept going on and just I could listen to the rage and the shouts of warning from your screens. Nothing too much over here. I think these are just general chests and storage. This is a lot better than we've been getting. Good, another hacksaw. A hacksaw is basically a free pick. You know, I mean, it's a free opening of a chest that you normally would be able to get to. So I will never be unhappy about that. Beep is going to pick those. Meanwhile, I'm going to check up on everyone else that's burning alive here. Cool, we're almost to the edge. There is a gorilla coming, but we should be able to take care of the gorilla. Are we still in the same spot? Or was it... we have to get up towards the last stand, I think. Okay, we can get out of there pretty quick. Kif, defend your brethren. He's in the water. Kif's like, I can't do that. I don't want to do it right now. Alright, Kif's going to fight him. Let's take a look at our main squad. We are all in front of the city. I believe, did the raid completely end, or are they still running around like fools here? I think they're completely gone from our base. I don't see an icon. So I'm going... Oh, actually, are they right here and behind us? I see, the they gonna like trigger on us because they're right in front of the base? Oh, they're are they all getting beat up? Is this bag of bones here? Oh, did we miss a huge fight? Doesn't seem like it. Maybe just the war leader was the one that kind of ran this way. I think because they aggroed on us, at that point they were basically aggro on any of the guards as well. So that's fine. That's going to be taken care of. Kif went down by the Gorillo, which kind of sucks. Our archers need to get on their skills here. Oh, Dinah's still passive. No, she's not. She's holding. That's why. We need to get everyone on land, yo. That's really what we need here. I know you're busy swimming. All right, Diana, tank it. Everyone else, take off the hold order. There we go. That got to the fight. Gray Geese, let's get you loaded up. Doc, I actually want you to pull out for a second and help Kif. I don't want to get stuck here fighting beak things or gorillos or spiders. Look at Doc hobble in. Is that Doc? Is he wounded? No, he's just kind of shuffling towards him. Right, so somebody else please get the leather off him. Perfect. Are we all here? Lydia's still coming. Lydia's super slow, apparently. I see a couple spiders, but I don't see anything else that's going to come out of nowhere. Okay, meanwhile, over to Beat. I feel like this episode's like, it's one of those things like it's filled with slow, nothing happening, then all of a sudden you're trying to look at 4 different things at once. I'm going to leave this plank here. I'm going to take the skeleton repair kit, and I'm going to take the robotics components. Crap, we really need to give Beak a backpack. I know I said that I don't want to steal, and I don't, but it's not bad for exploration. Because if we find anything else good, which we probably will, we'll have to hook him back up again. Who's aggroing with us here? You won't take shit. Who is it? Hungry Bandits. Yeah, I don't mind fighting Hungry Bandits at all. We'll get our whole squad back, and then I will repair that giant hole in the wall. I promise I won't leave that open, I hope. Watch me end this episode, though, on a wrap, and then forget to do it. Awesome. Another engineering artifact. Super. This is a really lucrative run into this particular island. 4 engineering artifacts. A couple thousand in items. We'll probably have to swing by the base. Ooh, an old world bow. That's doing 54 to 72, while our current bows are doing like 11 to 22, guys. So this is a super awesome find. They do use regular bolts, so I think we'd have to probably find a... Yeah, we only have bolts for toothpicks. We'd have to find the recipe for the better bolts, I think. I think that's how that works. There's a stealth leg. Are you serious? That's awesome. That's a 7,000 item find right here. I mean, each of these items that aren't stacked, though, are 4,000 each. So this would take up at least the hacksaw and the tools. We could drop the hacksaw for sure. We could drop another hacksaw. That would shift everything with enough space. We'd leave him with 1 first aid kit. The power core is only worth 3,000, while this stealth leg is worth 7,000. So I think this is the better thing to keep right now. And I've learned my lesson. I will be upgrading Beep as soon as possible with a backpack. Okay, that seems fine. Was this it? Was this? I think this was this entire area. Oh, you know what? How overloaded is he right now? He's still lightweight. But he's down 8%. Let's see about... not 8%, but by 8. Let's have him not stealth. Beep can run at 25 miles an hour, so he can still avoid most things, but he's still going to have trouble with the beak things. The best option for him might be to run to the high village. Can we swim to this spot right in the middle? I'm gonna be really careful about this. I do not want Beep to get ambushed by a bunch of beak things, because he's not going to be able to outrun them. If we can go to the high village, we can meet up with the rest of the main squad at some point, or have someone else come help him out. Who isn't doing all this fighting? A bunch of hungry bandits are in the city. That's not a big deal. Our groups can take care of that, no issues. Everyone's on hold, though, so I need to uncheck that. I think most of the bronze squad was on hold too, because I'd sent them back to the city to work. All right, Bippa just made it through the gate. I think Bippa was the last one, so I'll go ahead and put the wall order here before I forget. It has to snap at the right spot and right there. Perfect. We'll rebuild that down the road. Rin Tintin is out. Oh, she's being carried by Sez. Sez, could you please put her down? Thank you so much. Hey, you know what, Hobbs? I want you to be using your fist. Why don't you drop this for a bit? We'll come get it another day. I want you to beat people up with your fist for a bit. And not block things. No one on block. Everyone needs to fight, actually. Cool. Alright, sounds good. Oh, I didn't see your fancy moves. Let's see. Are you doing your fancy moves yet? Palm strike. Palm heel strike to the face. Nice. Excellent. Okay, we are... Let's see. The rest of us are over on this other shore. Kif is... he's just out. He's super down and out. So we'll have somebody carry him. Everyone's been beat to crap because of the... water. I am of the confused. Oh, he's already been picked up by Doc. Fair enough. Let's get out of here. We need to go over to this Shek compound. Maybe do a little bit of selling, because there are some shops here at Last Stand. So maybe we should also bring Beep back as well. But it sounds like a good point to wrap up, guys. It's been about just under an hour, so this is going to be a pretty long video for us. I will try to continue getting our squad safely back home. Or, sorry, to a shop where we can do some sales. I don't think the scouts and we're not aggro with the scouts or anything like that, so we should be okay. I'll give him a run over to Last Stand. We'll get him in there to sell some things. It might take some time to heal everybody up just outside of a city. I need to micromanage Beep for a bit, though, and make sure he does not get attacked on his way over to the High Village. If he's here, then he can make it through the pathways, through this little valley, all the way back home, and drop some of these goodies off. I'll also try to sell some things, of course, get him a backpack, and otherwise just get him ready to go. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this episode of Kenshi. As always, I appreciate your continued support, and I do look forward to seeing you in the next video.